Every sperm is sacred, every sperm is great. If a sperm is wasted, God gets quite irate.
Every sperm is sacred, every sperm is great. If the sperm is wasted, God gets quite irate.
Hello, welcome to Red Talks. There has been a battle of the sexes going on forever where women and many male feminist allies will argue that the female sex is the gatekeeper of creating life. I'm here to take that argument and break some eggs and make an omelet with it. When it comes to the science of life, it does take two important pieces that are part of a much bigger puzzle, the sperm and the egg, or ovum if you call it. Within these two components are what determine the genetic traits that are passed on from parent to child. But there are a few key differences in how these two components carry out their designated duties. The ovum is a body of cells that contain genetic material produced by the female. The female is born with all the eggs she will ever produce in her lifetime. The eggs are stored in the ovaries until one of the eggs is ripe enough and is released into the fallopian tube. And just like a princess being carried by her entourage, the delicate little egg is transported ever so gently by microscopic fingers that massage the egg to its designated resting place in the uterus, where it simply sits pretty and awaits for the arrival of a single sperm. The sperm, however, has a much different journey than the egg. One reason why I say men create life is because the sperm itself already has life, whereas the egg is not much more than a collection of cells awaiting activation. The sperm also does not have a luxurious and comfortable journey. Millions of sperm compete and battle and swim at a great distance to reach the egg, and once the egg is reached, the fight is still not over. Many sperm reach the egg, but then have to chisel their way through a protective barrier surrounding the egg. And that's not the worst of it. The sperm actually must travel through an environment that is highly lethal to them. A woman's productive organs naturally produce a highly acidic environment that is designed to prevent bacteria and infection. This environment creates a very short window of life for the sperm who are competing for the egg. Finally, once a single sperm attaches to the egg, the battle is over and all the other sperm are rejected. I find it interesting that the component produced by a female has it so easy, but the component produced by the male has to go through hell. The sperm also has a different role than the egg, a much more important role in my opinion. The egg is like a framework that is repeatedly produced by the female. The sperm carries all the specific details on how to develop this framework. The sperm determines whether the offspring is male or female, and the sperm has a larger role in determining genetic traits like dominant and recessive genes. The end result of human life being created is much more heavily influenced by the sperm. When it comes to male and female reproductive capabilities, women have a limited time and limited number of chances to reproduce. Men do not. Men can reproduce at any time after puberty until the day they die. Women can only reproduce every 9 months, but men can reproduce any time. Men determine the outcome of the child much more than women. Men already produce a living being, where women only produce inactivated cells. Men are the true creators of life, where women are not much more than an incubator when it comes to their reproductive roles. Of course, we should appreciate this role that the woman takes on. I believe women were designed to be incubators because men are always the ones out hunting and gathering food and resources. If we weren't, we men would likely be the ones carrying the baby, and it would be pretty difficult to fight a saber-toothed tiger while pregnant.
Where's Ricky and Julian?
None of your business, actually. When are you expecting your baby, Randy?
So we leave the mother at home to incubate the baby. I also believe if humans weren't so highly developed and highly competitive, we would likely be asexual. The man would definitely be very good at being self-sustaining and self-sufficient. Aside from biology, we all know that men are the true gatekeepers of life in regard to civilization as a whole. Men have always been at the forefront of progress and development of humankind. Women should appreciate the benefits of these natural roles that complement males and females, but feminism tries to paint a dirty picture that infects so many women and effeminate men. With the possibility of the artificial womb in the near future, this creates incredible possibilities for men. I personally have no interest in having children, and I had a vasectomy anyway, so I couldn't have children even if I wanted to at this point. But I can see many men looking forward to this opportunity. Wouldn't it be great to have a custom-designed birth, where you can choose a high-quality egg and have your own child you know will not be raised in an environment of toxic feminism, and instead the child will grow up understanding the value of responsibility and hard work? The future is bright. The future is masculine. The future is man and machine. Thank you for watching.